Welcome to Lesson 15. Today we're going to work with text. We'll look at specifying our font families in text, then we'll look at using custom fonts. We'll even transform our text from uppercase, lowercase, and capitalize each letter. Okay, so today we're going to work with text, and so I'm going to use an example from the book, and here I'm going to show this is the page that's rendered out, and here's the CSS for that page. So first thing we see that's dealing with text and fonts is the H1, the header 1, header 2, header 3, and our anchor tag. We see font weight normal. So if we look at our fonts for those, they're in the regular size. If we comment this out, you can immediately see the fact that these are bold or bolder. That's the default font weight for the header 1, header 2, and header 3. If we change them back, then they have their regular font weight. See how they go back to normal? Now if we change this from normal to let's say bolder, and then bold, we see a slight difference. Now for now we'll leave it as normal, so they have a regular weight. And we see color. Next we have our font families for header 1. I actually have a bunch of them activated right now. Let me just comment these out so that we see it by itself. Actually, I also have a text shell. Let me try to comment that down. Okay, there. So we have serif fonts and sans serif fonts. Now what does those mean? So serif fonts have small lines attached to their ends. So see how, let me increase this to 200%. See how there's a little lines here, here, as if you're when you're handwriting down here. So they indicate the strokes to create these letters. And the sans serif fonts are smooth. They don't have these the extra little lines. So our first set is font family, Georgia, Times New Roman, and then default to a serif type font. So the browser will first look to see if your system has a Georgia, a Times, and Times New Roman, finally the built-in serif font. So if your computer doesn't have the Georgia font, then this is where it goes in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now if I change, actually did I save it? So I'm gonna comment that out and activate a sans serif font. Oops, let me do these one at a time actually. Okay, and here we see we're gonna go with Arial, Helvetica, and then sans serif. Now if I just get rid of the Arial font, let's see if we see a little bit difference. No, it still counts. And if just sans serif, the built-in sans serif font, that's what it looks like. So it looks like my computer is defaulting to the built-in sans serif font. Now if we go to impact and charcoal, we see this is also a sans serif font, but it has changed the font style. So let's see if I get rid of impact. So my system does have impact, and so we see I think the system does not have charcoal, and so it defaults down to the sans serif font. So let me go put those back. So that's how you can see the font order. So this system does have impact ready for the built-in WebKit browser, but not charcoal, and so if I get rid of this, it goes down to the default sans serif type. And the same thing for Verdana, Geneva, and then sans serif font. And just see which one's on your system. Looks like that one's there, and that one isn't. So this system does have Verdana available for rendering the pages. The next type is these monospace. So monospace type fonts take up, each letter takes up an equal amount of space for itself. So here we have Courier New, Courier, and then defaults to monospace. Then we have the Cydia console. It's a little bit bolder and larger, taller font affecting. And let's see if this one is different, right? This one has a different effect. So this is Palatino linotype and Book Antiqua. So there's like those little bit old-fashioned books. And then we have our next setting is font size, 250%. So this makes it really big. So I change this to 125%, half of that. You see it goes down here. And we can also use EMs. Let's see, 2 EM and 2.5 EM. And let me talk about EM. So 1 EM equals size of the capital letter M in the current font size. So everything is like a proportion of that. So 2.5 is equivalent to that 250%. So let me change this one, 250%, so you can see it. Same. So this is another way of specifying font size, or any other sizes, E by EMs. Another thing we can do is apply a text shadow. Here I've applied a shadow. So this is the horizontal, the vertical, and this is the pixel distance for blurring, and this is the color chosen. So I'm going to comment that out for now and continue. Here we're going to see another selection of font family, Gill Sans, Arial, and Sans Serif. If we comment this out, we can see the header 2 changes. So that's affecting that. But this one here we specified we wanted a font size of 90% instead of 100%. And here we have a text transform of uppercase. So let's take a look at the code here. We see a hard wrapped infer. Notice that the wrapped, actually notice that there's lowercase letters. And so that is transformed into uppercase. Now if I wanted to transfer this to lowercase, it forces it all to be lowercase. Now if you can also do capitalize, which capitalizes the beginning of each word. A, H, W, I, and what we got on there. Okay, and fur. So we'll change this back to uppercase. And letter spacing, 0.2 EMs. Let's increase the letter spacing. What effect did that have? Okay, here we go. Another thing we can do is text decoration. So we have none, and then when we hover over our anchor, which was this over here, we have underline. So other options available for text decoration. You can specify a color, blink color. That's the color blink, huh? Okay. Okay, next we're going to go and load a custom font into this page. So there's a website the book recommends is fontsquirrel.com. Here's the web address, and here's what the website looks like. And here's the listing of fonts they have. So I'm going to pick, I'm going to go down to the bottom, I'm going to click here, the most downloaded fonts. Let's see which one we like. And And I kind of like this one where it's the good dog font. So I'm going to click this one. And so I want this right here, Web Font Kit. I'm going to click that tab. And it's going to ask you which formats you want. I'm just going to leave them all check marked. And it's going to ask you a subset. It's fine. We're going to leave this as Western Latin. To see the other one is you have Basic Latin and no subsetting. So we'll just leave this alone. And we're going to click Download Font Paste Kit. It's going to ask us to save it. Once it's finished saving, we're going to open that file. And we're going to have all this stuff in there. I'll move this over to the side. Okay, so I'm going to open up the directory where I have created this project. I'm going to create a new folder called Fonts. And then I'm going to go here where it says Web Fonts. Inside that file, double click it, double click this one, and these are the files I want. So I'm going to copy all of this over here. Okay, now when I double click this file, I see this. Okay, so I'm going to click. Source code for that, and this is what we want. We want to link the style sheet here. Let me jQuery. So this is what we would like. Copy that. Go back to here. Inside our head section, we'll add it. Nothing's happened because we didn't specify the font there. Go back to the source code and see what else we need. Oh, here we go. So we need, this is the text here for the CSS. So font family, good dog regular. So we'll go back here, and now we can use that somewhere. So let's see, let's change our heading 1. So I'm going to comment that out. Here, font family, good dog regular. Open that up in Chrome. Let's see how that looks. Little difficulty. Let's see, what else are we missing? Copy this, copy that. Font family, good dog regular. Should have done it. Oh, that's no problem. Specimen style sheet. Copy that one as well. See if that's going to help us out. Yeah. Well, let's take a look at our source code. It's loading that out. Oh, that's right. Because I put this in a subdirectory called fonts. Also under fonts. So, yep, now that's loading, and There we go. So you can see it works in NetBeans. There, our font changed to that good dog font. Let me try to... Oh, now it worked. Look at that. Okay. So that's how we installed a custom font. Font family, good dog, regular. Now let's see where else we can put it. And let's say we want it in paragraphs. Save there. There we go, I have to load the page there. Now all the fonts in this page are this custom font. You can even do something silly. If you'd like. So now I added a hover element to a paragraph. So when I hover it, the font should change to monospace. Watch, I'm going to hover it again. There, it changed to monospace. It's nothing useful, but it's something silly you can do. So we've affected our fonts. Oh, let me talk about this blur in text shadow. Where is that text shadow? There we go. So I'm going to work with H3, which I believe is this one here. Okay, I think I better do this with that Beans connector. Okay. Close this here, built in. Have NetBeans open here, so it's side by side. Okay, perfect. So that's going to do what I want. Now here, so when we do the work with the text shadow, the first one is horizontal, second one is the vertical, and the third one is the blur, and the fourth one is the color, the values. So if I change this to 10, you can see where the page goes. So horizontally, my blur has moved, or my shadow has moved over. I'm going to turn off this hover right now. Okay. Now if I move this one to 10, so it's moved over 10 and down 10 pixels. You can even use negative values. So there, it's moved over 10, but it's gone up 10 pixels. Same thing with this one. There, it's moved this way 10 pixels and up 10 pixels. Now let's work with this blur radius. If I change this to 1 pixel, you can start seeing it's blurring up. Let me zoom in on this page. You can start seeing that the shadow it's creating is getting blurrier. At 2 pixels, it's that blurry. And let's do a bigger number, 10 pixels. It's really blurry. So you can give a number of different effects with that. So I'm gonna do this at 2 and 3. So you have a nice blurred background there. And this can be different colors as well. Of course, you don't have to use the hex values. You can use HSL or named colors. Let me pick one of these colors, like dark magenta. Or what another color we can use? Gold. That's with a golden background. And remember, we can use RGB. RGBA. 25, 25, 25. Oops, did I pick the wrong thing? Let's go to HSL picker. Oh, I picked colors too light. Okay. Okay, that should give us a color. And then remember, this last one is opacity. So if I change that to 50% opacity, it's even lighter. It's still there. So I can zoom in a little more on the page. You see, you can sort of see it in the background. That's what the opacity. 75% opacity. It's a little bit darker. And then, of course, if you put 0, then it's like it's not even there. And so that's some good things we learned with working with text. Text decoration none, hides underlines, or you can underline it. Oh, font style italic. Let me show you the credits. So these are italic. Let's give it a font family though. That's easier just to see. So here we see it's monospace, but it's italic monospace. If I change that, it goes back to regular. There's oblique is like a bold. Oh, but here it's italicizing, huh? Probably because it doesn't have. Oh, it's like a bold italic. Okay, and that's pretty much working with text.